Não tem problema, amigo. Amigo, eu não tenho problema, amigo. Amigo.
Oh, don't pee, man. Sorry. Move back. Out the way, bro. Out the way. You're gonna get knocked down. Move.
I've been waiting on one of these comments because I really want to give the people the breakdown on what I was saying. She said, if you all think that the mass deportation means anything for black people, you're sadly mistaken. There will be tens and thousands without jobs, and those who have jobs will not have access to the capital. As quiet as it's kept, it ain't never been for us. But let me give you a breakdown, friend. It don't matter what color you are. When you standing on business, you cannot be denied. That's first of all. There was also another post made where he went and took an act off, so now they can fire you for whatever they want to, right? So that means go get your own motherfucking business and become your own motherfucking boss. And then that way you can go to work and do what the fuck you want to do for the next 4 years. That's really what I was saying. Run faster. Let's become business owners now. In something you just simply can't deny me in because I bought it. I promoted. I produced it. All I got to do is pay my taxes and stay out your motherfucking way. See, what Bino is doing here is I'm opening the door and I'm talking for my people that we may not agree, but I want them to learn how to adapt. And I want them to know, stay the fuck up out these people way. And because he already president, he going to do what the fuck he want to do, friend. So let's figure out easier ways that can make it smoother for us. There's a lot of people on my page who has businesses that they have put a lot of time and energy into. And they be scared to jump out there on faith. You know what I'm saying? If you see that they saying they finna start doing all this at work, put that all into your business. Because one thing you can't deny about our culture is we hustlers. So it's not about the color of your skin, because I don't think it ain't been fair for us for a long motherfucking time. So that's nothing new. What we have to do at this point is stay the fuck out their way and figure out how to survive. Okay? That's first and foremost. Just like he said something about taking Social Security away. That should let the young people know, hey, fuck a Gucci, fuck a Louis, fuck all that. Let me save my money. Let me get me a 401. Let me get me something going, because you never know what the fuck may happen. And all I'm saying is that's the way life works. We wake up some days and never know what the fuck may happen. So you roll with the flow. And like I said, Miss Lady who put the comment, it ain't about the color of your skin. I said that because it's time for people to start believing in themselves, and you also become a business owner, and you also be the one who set rules, and you also be the one who set foundation. That's why I said it. Because with him taking all them people out, it opens up. Do you think all the people that's a different race than us gonna just be able to bat up? Or you what you thinking? We gonna still be able to buy it too. They want them. You don't think they just ain't gonna want our money no more? That's like celebrities. They are celebrities because of us. These people are rich because of us. See, these motherfuckers that's richer make you feel like you ain't shit. But it's your money that keeps them in the position, so you are something. That's the whole point of it all, But if you wanna be somebody and you wanna go somewhere, you gotta get off your ass and get a job. That's it. That's all.
وعلى السريع أنا معهم لأن دبي أنت اللي وضو باسبوركي ولا قاطي وعلي ساوك جرا أنتو قفوا إمبسي لسؤال الكورو إلا كبغض لسؤال Andale, I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here, this place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing. I just want to go back.
Imagine being deported from one country, landing back on your own continent, and still being told you don't belong. How does someone become unwanted everywhere? Today we are talking about why Somali deportees are reportedly facing rejection across parts of Africa and what's really behind it. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, this is where we unpack real issues with honesty, depth, and respect. So these are conversations that matter. So stay with me until the end. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like, comment, and share your views. Quick disclaimer, this video is for commentary and informational purpose only. It is not meant to stereotype, attack, or generalize any community or country. We are discussing reported trends and border migration challenges. Please keep the discussion respectful.
Somalis are being hunted in Minnesota. Ethnic groups are being hunted in Dearborn, Michigan by ICE. They are deporting people. They're dragging them out of court. Somalis are scared to go outside of their homes, to go to work, to go about their daily lives. And I would just like to say to them and all of those people that are hurting, I told you so. I told you so. We told you so. You thought that because you don't like some of the things that the Democrats espouse or stand for, that you were going to vote Republican. The Republican Party is no place for minorities. It never has been. It never will be in the modern era. Okay? The same person that you supported and gave to and said, never Kamala, Donald Trump, his departments are now hunting you to deport you and your family members. And let me tell you something. I don't feel bad for you, and here is why. I've heard you say, oh, we're not black, we're Somali. Well, we are black, and we have been building a reputation and wealth in this country for a long time. It's 44 million of us that know how to navigate the system. We have power politically. We have power in almost all of the major industries in this country, and we told you guys how to vote. I don't agree with all of the things the Democrats do and say. America is not about that when you vote. America is about protecting you, your family, and your community. If you had voted Democratic, your Somali brothers and sisters would not be getting drug out by their foreheads in courts. You would not be getting hunted right now. Now, this goes for you guys as a lesson to learn how to vote in 2028, 2026, and beyond. Now, if you keep voting Republican, they're going to keep doing this to you. That's just the reality of it. And you see, nobody is coming to be your ally and defend you. Because guess what? You told us go F off. And you told never Kamala, anybody but Kamala. You got who you wanted. Now pay the price.
People who spent years calling America racist are now crying online because they're being sent back to the same country they swore was better than here. Y'all like the video right here, follow for more. And let's get into this one. You see the meltdown videos everywhere, tears, anger, demands, but none of them mention the fraud investigations, the expired visas, the money that moved through criminal networks, or the abuse of programs paid for by the taxpayers. The moment accountability shows up, they all act shocked. I look at these videos and all I see is the same contradiction. Somalia is beautiful when they want moral high ground, but Somalia becomes unsafe the moment removal papers arrive. They switch the story depending on what benefits them. The reactions are emotional because the system finally stopped bending. Deportations are happening because laws exist, because agencies uncover fraud rings, because certain groups are draining millions from health, housing, and social programs that working Americans rely on. There's nothing complicated here. People act like the West owes everyone a comfortable life, like your job is to give everyone else more than what you could give your own family. And that is not how a country works. You cannot build a healthy society by subsidizing the failure of another one. And while all this is going on, the people who should be rebuilding Somalia, protecting Somalia, and modernizing Somalia are here demanding benefits. Their own country loses the adults who should be leading it. But Americans care about Americans who can't afford homes. They care about the people being pushed out of work by cheap labor. They care about a safe country. country. They do not care about entitlement meltdowns on TikTok. Accountability is not cruelty. Borders are not cruelty. Deportations are not cruelty. They're the basic function of a stable nation. Western countries are finally acting like it. Y'all like the video right there? Follow for more. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Carmel Mall was packed on the 4th floor with people from the Somali community and people coming out in support. On Friday, President Trump said that he would immediately terminate temporary deportation protections from Somalis living in Minnesota, blaming them for fraud in Minnesota.
We're not here by accident. We're here to stay forever.
There are currently 500 Somalis in Minnesota living with these protections and a total of 700 nationwide. Many expect this to be challenged in court, but in the meantime, Somalis here say they are fearful of what's to come.
People are always going to be fearful, but we're telling our people we're greater than fear. We have resilience. We're people that are brave.
When temporary status is revoked, federal law states it can't take effect earlier than 60 days after publication of that notice, and it has to come from the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem.
What the president is doing is un-American. It's not Minnesotan.
The Protected Status Program for Somalis was launched in 1991 by President George H.W. Bush. It grants protections to eligible people who can't return to their homeland safely due to civil war or natural disasters.
What we decided to do is to bring our community in the heart of in the Somali community here in Minnesota, which is Carmel Mall, to show that, you know, our neighbors are with us, Minnesotans are with us, and we're all together in this fight.
There's no word yet on if or when the removal of temporary status will take place, but experts say if someone is under temporary protected status from Somalia, to check with them on legal counsel to see what their options are.
If you're kicking out Somalis, you have to kick out everyone else. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm speaking for all of my African brothers and sisters. If you kick Somalis out, you have to kick all of them out.
What in the Somalian Edgar is that?
All of us, we all lead together. Because if you kick us out, you have to kick everyone else. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, since you're gonna be so honest, I applaud you. Bonus.
So what's going on? Across parts of Africa, Somali deportees are reportedly facing suspicion, delays at border, limited support, and in some cases, outright rejection. But why? First, security fears. Because of the past extremist activities linked to Somali-based groups, some governments automatically associate Somalis' arrival with potential risks. And even though most deportees are simply workers, students, or families trying to survive, fear often drives policy faster than facts. And we know that. Secondly, we have economic pressure. Let's be honest. Many African countries are struggling with unemployment, rising food prices, and limited public service. So when deportees arrive, needing housing, jobs, documentation, governments worry about added strain on already fragile system. So you don't blame them, even if it creates humanitarian consequences. But here's the part that hits hardest. Some deportees barely know Somalia. See, some grew up abroad, some have no homes to return to. So when they are rejected in transit countries or face stigma back home, they feel trapped in a circle, not fully accepted anywhere, and that's the bigger issue. Thirdly, politics and public perception. Migration has become so sensitive, it's such a sensitive topic that leaders want to appear strong on border control, and sometimes rejecting deportees become a political statement. This isn't just about Somali. This isn't just about Somalis. It's about how Africa handles displacement, reintegration, and dignity. Because if deportation happens without proper planning, support systems, and regional cooperation, we are not solving migration. We are simply recycling instability. Credit goes to the original reporters and creators who continue to shed light on this issue.
People who spent years calling America racist are now crying online because they're being sent back to the same country they swore was better than here. Y'all like the video right here, follow for more. And let's get into this one. You see the meltdown videos everywhere, tears, anger, demands, but none of them mention the fraud investigations, the expired visas, the money that moved through criminal networks, or the abuse of programs paid for by the taxpayers. The moment accountability shows up, they all act shocked. I look at these videos and all I see is the same contradiction. Somalia is beautiful when they want moral high ground, but Somalia becomes unsafe the moment removal papers arrive. They switch the story depending on what benefits them. The reactions are emotional because the system finally stopped bending. Deportations are happening because laws exist, because agencies uncovered fraud rings, because certain groups are draining millions from health, housing, and social programs that working Americans rely on. There's nothing complicated here. People act like the West owes everyone a comfortable life, like your job is to give everyone else more than what you could give your own family. And that is not how a country works. You cannot build a healthy society by subsidizing the failure of another one. And while all this is going on, the people who should be rebuilding Somalia, protecting Somalia, and modernizing Somalia are here demanding benefits. Their own country loses the adults who should be leading it. But Americans care about Americans who can't afford homes. They care about the people being pushed out of work by cheap labor. They care about a safe country.
Somalis may have to go back to Somalia. President Trump has proposed to end TPS status for Somalis. Most Somali immigrants in America are here on a temporary protective status. Basically, their home country, Somalia, is unsafe, so they're here on a work authorization. However, if that's to be ended, things can happen for the Somali community. First, the loss of legal status. Secondly, they're not able to work in the United States. And then most importantly, the risk of deportation. There's a huge Somali community in the Minnesota-St. Paul area. And of course, if the TPS status has ended, it will affect their community tremendously. What do y'all think? My name is Tiffany. I lost 150 pounds in 2.5 years. And I also report different news topics as such today. Tap in.
Ahmed Courier may well become one of them. He's been in London for 6 years, and now the government wants to start deporting people back to his homeland of Somaliland, even though it does not recognise the government there. But if Denmark can do it, then so can Britain. And so Ahmed may mark the beginnings of a common policy.
If the British government send us to Somaliland, we will meet a lot of problems economically, politically, and socially.
Somalia is a failed state that exports nothing to the world but piracy and terrorism. Somalia as a country contributes nothing, it accomplishes nothing, it has achieved nothing. You'd have to go back thousands of years to find a time when Somalia had any real significance on the global stage, and yet...
And last night, the man that attacked me was specifically upset that Trump's order to deport Somalis was not yielding enough deportations of Somalis. So he wanted to come get the person he thought was protecting the Somalis. Well, we are protected by the Constitution. That's right. I'm sorry to tell you the truth.
Bass drop, bass drop, bass drop. Out, 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 out.
Now I want to hear from you. Is this about security or about economics? Or is Africa failing its own people? Let's have a real conversation in the comments respectfully. If you appreciate bold, balanced discussions like this, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications because these stories deserve attention. And I'll see you in the next one.